Hello and welcome. JR here with Neovora. Today we're going to be walking through one of the most important aspects in business you're faced with, and that's developing a solid marketing strategy. This is one of our most important videos. We're going to break down the only marketing strategy your professional or medical services business or retail store will ever need. Big claim, I know, but go ahead and give me a moment. So let's face it, without new business coming in your door, you don't have a business. Sure, we'd all like to have an infinite amount of referral business coming our way. But the reality is that in the early years, regardless of how large our current network is, our network will simply not know enough folks that need our service when we need the business. So we need to market in order to sell. It doesn't matter what business we have, whether a dentist, a plastic surgeon, a used car dealer. In order to build and grow, we need new clients or patients. And look, if marketing was so simple, then every business would have nailed it and every business would be running smoothly. Before the internet and Google came on the scene, it was pretty much a more straightforward world. We'd start a business, place some basic advertising, and be off to the races. Definitely not the case anymore. Each year, it's more complex, more complicated, darn near requiring a PhD in internet marketing to stay ahead of the curve. But I want to get really serious now. What if I were to tell you and could prove to you that there is a very simple path, a very simple methodology or way of going about executing your marketing strategy that would ensure both short and long-term business success? Furthermore, what if I told you you could accomplish the implementation of this strategy for a few $100 and could parlay the results from this initial investment to pay for every bit of lead generation your business would ever need? Ever, regardless of how many more years you plan on being in business. And again, as I mentioned before, that's a pretty big claim, but this short video will clear everything up. Now, while this strategy is very straightforward, as I mentioned a moment ago, it requires a bit of discipline. But more than discipline, it requires taking a moment to understand why this approach works as wonderfully as it does. So let's dive in and start with the core philosophy that guides this marketing strategy. We base our processes around the fact that businesses rarely ever sell anything on the first interaction with a prospect. No matter how awesome your product or service or how compelling your sales message is, the fact is that only 2% of visitors to either your website or your physical location ever take a buying action the first time they visit. In the industries we work with, 98% of the prospects that come in contact with you will leave without ever spending a penny. So without the proper foundation-based marketing strategy that we'll explore now, it'll just be like pouring your marketing budget into a leaky bucket. This is the reason that we came up with the local marketing success sequence. Now, let's start at the bottom of this cylinder and work our way upwards to show you how each one builds, cascades, and develops on one another. And in this video, we're only going to provide a high-level view of the steps. We're not going to go too deep into any one thing. We want to keep it a little bit light, but I want to make sure you understand the overall strategy. So at the foundation of all the strategies, we have the most crucial, social media. You don't need me to tell you how insanely important it is to have a strong presence on social media today. Think about this. 98% of consumers go online to research your product or service prior to their purchase. We break social media into two main platforms, Facebook and Google My Business. Consider a prospect new to the area. They've just moved there. With no knowledge of local businesses, all they know is they need to buy something. They have a problem to solve. They turn to Google search. Google Maps then renders the top local providers. If a business profile is not optimized to match Google's algorithm, then the business is essentially invisible. Then the prospect digs a little deeper, taking those business names and turning to Facebook for more information. If you're not posting quality content regularly, consumable content, it's problematic to say the least. A Facebook page that is essentially empty or bare can give a very bad first impression. So if your last Facebook post was weeks or even months ago, this definitely does not bode well. The prospect won't want to find more about you. They won't want to visit your website. And ultimately, you won't have a chance to make a sale. And it's all subconscious. And part of that quote-unquote first impression that's so hard to overcome once it's been formed. So this is why having an active social presence is the number one foundational step for every business nowadays. Now, on to the next level, the second tier. We ramp things up, use the momentum and traffic from Google Maps and your Facebook brand page. The next step in the prospect's buying process is going to your website. The minimum for a site is one that loads onto their browser, which is likely a mobile device, and does so fast and looks very nice. We'll dig deeper into an optimized site later, but for now, the most crucial part of that site is a lead capture mechanism, some way to capture their information. So, as mentioned, in any first impression, you make a sale about 2% of the time. Each subsequent interaction gets another larger percentage of sales. You absolutely need some way to capture their contact data so you can follow up and get that sale. The most successful method to get their contact details is accomplished by providing something for free, something in exchange that they perceive to be of high value, immediately delivered to their email. A checklist, an information guide, a how-to video, anything that will help your prospects down that road to solving that problem. Same thing goes for getting their contact information from an in-store physical visit or office visit. Now we go to remarketing or retargeting campaigns. Up to now, a prospect found your social media, has been to your site, and may or may not have given you their email. Then they leave. They go on with their life. Maybe they visit other competitors' websites. With the traffic and momentum from the prior layers, retargeting marks each visitor to your site with a little tracker, and it follows them around the internet. Now, all around the web, they'll see your ads and banners for your brand. Think about it. The majority of your website traffic will not convert on the first visit. And after seeing the ad for your product or service over and over, they're now more familiar with you and may revisit with an intent to buy. Now, in many markets, online paid advertising is critical to bring interested visitors to your website. Historically, most who implement paid campaigns don't find adequate returns. Buying clicks in a world where prospects don't usually buy on the first visit is typically a bad investment. You pay per click, the prospect goes to the site, then they leave in most cases, never to return. This means every dollar spent on clicks is lost forever. But when a paid campaign is implemented on the back of a website that can get contact information, you have the ability to follow up after the prospect leaves. Add on the back retargeting, you bring visitors back to your business and website. This way, you convert more of those internal clicks, which increases your return on investment per each click. In your local marketplace, many businesses are using paid advertising, but they are not converting anything worthwhile without the previous rungs in this ladder. Now, you have prospects coming from social media, from targeted ads, and the most interested leave their emails through your opt-in form. We put all that contact info to good use. Email is not invasive. People know what to expect when they give their email away. Here's the process for email marketing. It's a set up once and run type thing. Number 1, capture emails at every opportunity. Number 2, take those emails and segment your prospect and clients into different groups. Number 3, create and set up a content schedule for each individual segment. Then number 4, automate delivery to make your life easier. With email marketing, you can automatically move your relationship across each interaction. Sometimes they just need a little bump, a little push, a little coaxing, or some familiarity to make that high dollar purchase. Friendly emails about your industry, products, approach, or just simple information could be all it takes. Nurturing also helps to develop long-lasting clients. Oftentimes, you lose clients because they feel your company is essentially indifferent to them. It's critical that you maintain and nurture a relationship with your clients. By having a set of pre-written emails ready to reach out every few weeks, you'll continue to build trust and loyalty with each of these clients as a company who really does care about their ultimate success. So now the next layer is getting reviews and increasing social proof. Consumers rely heavily on this social proof to determine which companies will be the best to work with. And with the impact that reviews can have on your local business, it's very important that you manage your online reputation, that you're asking customers for reviews, and that you thank those who give them to you. People want proven solutions. They don't want to end up with a bad deal or bad experiences. So what do your online reviews say about you and your business? So you'll have a good system in place for taking care of your clients, making them so happy with your service that they'll actually want to leave you a good review, which ultimately gets you more business. Which brings us to our next important layer. With everything you've got on the web, and especially the reputation and social proof, you can start working on getting into the Google search results. With proper search engine optimization, your website will show on the first page of the organic search results for many search queries. Google is the biggest player in the search game. If you want to be found when people search the internet, you need an SEO website that Google likes. These are our top 5 elements for a local business SEO optimized website. Number 1, it needs to be search engine friendly. Number 2, the site needs fast page load speeds. Number 3, it needs to be mobile friendly and responsive. Number 4, you need to use proper keywords on your pages. And number 5, location schema that matches your Google My Business address. Let's move on to the next layer. Next up is developing and working on your media channels, specifically video. Video is super powerful because you'd upload to YouTube, which is only behind Google in the total number of searches per month. Yes, it's the second largest search engine on the planet. Video relies on SEO to get the videos ranking. It requires social proof and is most effective when a larger audience can actually view it. Video also narrates stories better and can create an intimate relationship with your audience. So when you think about it, developing video before the rest of the ladder rungs are complete is a waste of time and effort, as you won't get the views to make it worthwhile. You won't have the social media, you won't have the SEO, you won't have many of these pieces in place. Your video will never be seen. Let's move on to the last layer, which is client referrals. So once you've got all the things moving along smoothly, you're converting clients, you're providing post-sale follow-up, and you're top of mind with social media and retargeting. Your clients and partners will be happy and proud to share your brand with friends and family. This is the ultimate goal, and these referrals are the highest conversions anywhere. So again, the goal of this video is to provide a high-level overview of a strategy that your company, regardless of the niche you serve, can implement with minimal investment, but still leverage for years to come. But take a quick step back. What's the most important element your business needs to succeed? More paying customers. Very simple answer, not meant to be a trick question. But what strategy are you developing currently to achieve that? And does it accomplish your current strategic objectives? So I just want to recap. By investing in your initial layer and getting that base foundational social media and then shoring up your website with a strong lead capture form, and then making sure that you're retargeting everybody that comes in. Then you're gravitating to a paid campaign. Then you're ensuring that you've got email that's communicating and nurturing these people. You can see you're building and you're cascading and you're growing and you're reinvesting profits exclusively from this marketing strategy. You'll never have to invest another dollar into some outside external campaign. And if you do, it will be from dollars that you earned through executing local marketing success sequence. So if you haven't done so yet, go visit the very first step in this dynamic system and learn about how Google My Business is absolutely critical. We'll definitely give you all the guidance you need. So congratulations on taking the time to consume this video. You now know so much more than your competitors. Of this much, I can definitely assure you. Take care. Have a great day.